Yay Networks.
Hey guys, episode 56. We just got back from Mexico yesterday. We're super bronzed.
We're bronzed up and tired.
Yes. It was a long travel day. I'm not even joking. I don't even travel out of the country ever, and I'm buying global. I am getting that pass.
Global entry?
Yeah. Customs was our friend Taylor that went with us. They were so smart. They have two little ones, and they had global, and they just went right past us. They were almost home by the time we got in our car, and the line was so long. Our kids were so exhausted. They were crying. Lawson was saying his stomach hurt. And, but besides that, customs was the only thing that wasn't good. Besides that, Mexico was so fun.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do after a listen, we had fun. We had a great time, but we were so exhausted. The kids exhausted, is waiting that line to get back into the country. It was a 10-hour travel day.
We had a delayed flight. Are you guys surprised? I told Jeff, no more afternoon flights into Denver. Every time, the weather here in the afternoon, this is just a tip for anybody that comes here, is so crazy. The storms, it always either rains or the wind. There's always delayed flights in the afternoon.
Every single flight. Well, I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but I bashed Southwest Airlines, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But every single flight on the whole board, none of them were delayed. The one flight that said delayed was our flight.
Yes.
And I think it was a little cursed by me bashing Southwest.
Well, we can't ever, it's comical. It is, but I get mad. I get mad sometimes.
Yeah.
I was, because whenever you're done with vacation, you're just checked out. You just want to get back home.
Yeah. And I gave my body a run for its money. I partied like I was 21, and that can't happen when you're 46. But it did, and
it's the person we were with. So we were in a group of people, and they were just all. It was awesome.
All animals ready to go.
Everybody has a great time. I did not drink one time. Y'all would be proud of me. I would get virgin pina coladas. I definitely drink the sugar part of it, but I did. That helps. Like when you're not drinking, and if everybody's drinking, just to have something like that. And also too, I liked it. It was so hot that it like cooled me down.
Yeah, well, like you said, it's like just having a mocktail feels like your party.
You feel like you're part of the group.
Let me get back to Southwest before we get back into our vacation. Because if you didn't see my Instagram post, what happened was we planned this trip, months back before, everything happened. I'm glad we did. And it was the first time the kids were out of the country. That was great. But we flew Southwest. So I'm sure everyone's aware of, you get that early bird check-in, right? It just checks you in for free instead of waiting by the computer, and you press it like the second it turns like 10:24 because you got to check in 24 hours. So it does all that for you. But I didn't know that your family boards after Group A boards. So after Group A boards, you automatically go on if your children are 6 or under, and we have Layton, who's 5. So I called Southwest Airlines, and I was like, hey, listen, I just figured out that I don't need this early bird check-in. I'm like, I just did my check-in, and I'm in the teens in Group B. I could get on for free with family boarding. I go, so could you take this off my ticket? It's $180. It was $20 each person each way. So that's or $160, I'm sorry. So I called, and they were just non-responsive. They're just like, nope. I go, what do you mean nope? And they're like, nope, non-refundable. And I'm like, well, I didn't even take my flight yet. There's nothing you could do here. I go, what if I canceled my flight? And they're like, go ahead and cancel it. They're like, you're not getting your money back. And I was like, so I just hung up on that person. Then I called back again, and it was someone sassy, and I just hung up again. I'm like, I might have to eat this. And then I went to the airport, and we had an early flight on the way there. And I was like, you know what? It's not even worth my stress or mental health because I'm not going to get anything out of it. And again, on the way back, I was somewhere in Group B too. So I thought when you pay for it, you're automatically Group A. What am I paying for? They're stealing money.
That's what we did when we went to LA, just you and I. You paid for early bird check-in, and we got an A, but we were like at the back of A.
But you're still A.
But we were A. And then we got, when was it? We did it. Oh, I did it for reindeer games. I you told me about it. You said, "Oh, you can do early bird." So I paid $40, I think, for me, and yeah, and I got Group A. So I don't know what happened.
I don't mind what the ticket is. Again, I don't mind. Don't steal money from me. It's like my number one pet peeve, and I really started flying Southwest Airlines because they have the best customer service. I just feel like everyone, everyone on the plane is great. You could change anytime you want your fees at no extra charge. You get free bags. All of that's positive. But now they're going back into that money grab thing with this early bird check-in.
Maybe because so many people are flying Southwest, because all the other airlines, everything is so expensive. They're like way more. And then to change flights.
Right. It's like
you have to, they have that charge. So why wouldn't you? I feel like people now, because the way the economy is, everybody's trying to save whatever dollar they can.
Right. But I don't know. I think a good customer service will be like, I don't need this. And then they're like, okay, we'll take it off because you haven't flown yet. I preemptively did that, not post after our flight. And then I wrote a letter too. I emailed them a letter. And I was like,
what did they do? Ignore you?
Yeah, they didn't even write me back. Oh. So this is my bash session. I'm not happy about it. You stole $160 from me.
Somebody that works at Southwest saw you on Daily Blast Live bashing them.
Well, I just don't like when people steal from me. Anyways, we'll get back to the happy part of the vacation, but I was not happy about that, and I'll think about it forever.
Until the next flight, which will probably be Christmas, and then he's going to have something else to say. Something
else will happen. But yeah, all in all, what a great trip. We went with like a group of 17 of us.
I think so.
Something like that.
There were 11 kids.
11 kids. So I don't know, 20 of us. I don't even know the number. But to have that many people there, it's for everybody to get along. And I thought everyone was happy. I was happy.
I think everybody, it was perfect, because when you go with people that y'all are all alike, it's easier. Everybody was just simple, easy, chill. Everybody's like, listen, I can do my own thing, or we can all go together. Like, everybody was just easy.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you travel with people, that's kind of how you know if you can get along with someone. And everybody was like, we got an Airbnb next door to our friend's house because they own a house in Cabo and they do an Airbnb. I told her I'd post for them. They have the best place. Like, I did not know what she was talking about at first, because I'm like, where is it? Like, what is there to do? It's basically like our neighborhood, but Mexico style.
Oh, yeah.
Our neighborhood.
Yeah.
You can get...
It's our neighborhood with ocean views.
Yes. And you can get golf carts, and there's different sections that you can go to. You can golf cart it to dinner, which was nice.
Yeah, they have what is it? Resort style.
Resort style. Yeah. What did they call it? Market. It was like a marketplace.
Yeah, we stayed in a place called Kapala.
Yeah. Yes. So we rented the Airbnb next door to our friend's house, but I wanted a house because my dad and his girlfriend were joining us, and I knew we needed more room. And but yeah, everybody was either in condos or a house, and it just worked out. Like, everybody met at our friend's house, and it was nice.
Except for the sleeping arrangements.
I slept good.
Big Sexy, I'm gonna have to do you dirty right here, because we had a 3-bedroom house. There was 6 of us, right? So 2, 2, and 2 would make sense to everybody. Somehow I stayed up later than everybody. Big Sexy and his girlfriend each grabbed the room, and I go to my room, and there's 3 people laying in the bed, Jordan and our 2 kids. And I was like, what's happening here? And then I just ended up going upstairs, and I slept on the couch, and I was like, so what's up with the room situation? And everyone's kind of like, oh, yeah, just, you could take our room. And then I go to bed the next night, same thing. I'm like, well, I guess I'm posting up on the couch again. So I slept on the couch 2 nights in a row. And finally, I'm like, I need to get some sleep because I was dying. And then I just got into bed with the kids and Jordan, but I slept like a pencil the whole time. So I'm beat up from that trip.
Okay, wait. Speaking of, if it pulls up, because my phone, I got to buy a new phone. It's like, it's dying. No, did it not save? It didn't save.
What are you looking at?
So normally I don't love the pillows like at hotels. They're too high or not comfortable. These pillows were so comfortable. And I wrote it down in my notes because I was going to buy a pillow here. And I took a thing and it didn't save. It was called something comfort.
Oh, my pillow was made out of hay that was on the couch, and I slept with that. I did not write down the name of that.
This is going to make me so sad. Dang it. I'm going to have to tell Lisa now, hey, sneak over to your neighbor's house and go find out that name of that pillow again.
They're still there.
I know. That's why I said go sneak over to your neighbor's house, get their key, and find it. It was something comfort. This is going to bother me. Well, there goes that.
Well, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead.
Okay. And it was, besides that, it was so fun. It was so, even if I wasn't having fun, which I had a blast, like our kids were having the time of their life. And that is like what makes you the happiest.
Yeah.
When we went to this one spot, the Rose Hotel, because where we stayed, you can't get in the ocean. And
it's on the Pacific side. So we stayed on the Pacific side, and it's way too rough to go to the beaches. Actually, I was talking to some guy when I went down to dip my toes in the ocean, and there's this huge drop off. It's all sand, but I went to dip my toes in, and he's like, get out. But there was a little language barrier. But he told me 5 people over the past couple of years died right there because they tried to go out and test it, and the undertow is so bad that it takes you out. Like I only dipped my toes in because even our driver in was like, don't go in the water. Like, seriously, don't do that. And I wasn't going to get in the water. I'm like, oh, I just want to touch it, because it was I'm like that kid, it was like, it's hot. You gotta touch it. So I just wanted to touch it. I wasn't going in at all. But if you're on the Cortez side, which is, the Pacific runs into the Cortez, and then that's kind of, you're in almost like it's all the rocks like Lover Beach, and it's kind of like a marina area that blocks it off from the rest of the ocean. And the undertow is still pretty strong over there. We were careful with the kids, but it's, not anything like the Pacific side.
Right. And I don't think Lawson, Layton, and their 2 buddies, they stayed in the same spot with the same thing, the waves crashing, and they would run to it, run out for 5 hours.
I think it was more than that.
5 hours. I had to buy a sun protectant shirt. I would put 50 on everybody, and the sun is just so different there. My skin, I have a sun protectant shirt on right now because when I was outside today doing my yard, I'm like, my skin can't handle any more sun.
Yeah, you need a little sun break. I need a break from everything. Speaking of that, let's take a little break and we'll continue when we come back.
Okay. Togethermess is sponsored by Quince. Okay, with the weather being so hot right now, I am so looking forward to wearing fall clothes.
Me too.
And I do this every time whenever it gets close to school starting back for the kids, because here in Denver, it gets really, really hot. And then the temperature will cool off. And then we start getting those cool fall nights. And I cannot wait to wear my sweaters. I just recently got a Quince cashmere sweater. And y'all, it is the prettiest pink color. I didn't know what to expect. I was like, is this going to be good quality? Am I going to like this? Because the price is so affordable. It's just like buying something like a cashmere sweater from J. Crew.
Right. They have cashmere sweaters from $50, pants for every occasion, washable silk, tops, and so much more.
The best part, all Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands, which is true because I just got my sweater and I was comparing that with the J. Crew cashmere sweater that was like $230.
Well, I get the best of both worlds because I got a Flownet Breeze performance tee. How good did I look in that?
You did look good in it. I didn't even know. I was like, I like that shirt. The color was nice and it was like super soft, and that is your thing. Like, you want every shirt that's soft.
Absolutely. And speaking of sweater jams, you know me and my cardigan sweaters.
Oh, yeah. You're the king of cardigan sweaters.
I love when the nights cool down here in Denver and I get to throw on one of my sweater jams. And I just picked up 100% organic cotton shawl collar, cardigan sweater in the alabaster. And if you don't know, that's like a sweet tan. Do it again.
Make switching seasons a breeze with Quince's high-quality closet essentials. Go to quince.com/togetherness for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's quince.com/togetherness, QUINCE.com/togetherness to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Welcome back.
Yeah, you were doing, Jordan's going to be on a little segment on Daily Blast Live coming up this week, but we'll let you guys know more information. She's just filming it. But Megan came up to me, we have a couple meetings throughout the day, and one of the producers at work came up to me, and she's like, I just called Jordan. She's mowing the lawn. She's like, what's up? You don't mow the lawn? And I go, I do mow the lawn. I go, she just likes it. She likes being outside, and then she like looked at me weird. I'm like, what?
She probably thought you were lying. Yeah, because
I don't mind. I like doing yard work. You just do it while I'm gone.
well, I didn't want them to think I was like ignoring them because they were texting me, and I go, hey guys, I'm like mowing my lawn right now. If I don't answer, I'll answer you guys back when I'm done mowing. Really needed to pick the weeds, but I'm like, it rained, and then it's like our weeds doubled, and I'm like, that's too much right now. I got laundry, but that's me. Like first thing I noticed when we pulled up in the house, when we left for Mexico, I mowed the lawn, and then I'm like, it bothers me. I'm like, the grass needs to be crisp. And so I mowed the front and back lawn, and then it just makes me feel good. And then tomorrow the trash comes, so then they can pick up the grass, because if not, it smells.
Suburban
does.
problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so it makes me feel good when so Jeff's suitcase will sit there.
I was just about to bring that up. So did you unpack? Because this is like a big thing, like what kind of person you are. If you unpack immediately when you get home and get it all done, or if you let it lay around for a couple days.
No, normally, okay, so last night, because it was a long day, I threw stuff. I made the boys, I'm like, take off your clothes from the plane. Both of you get in the bath right now. And then I threw all the clothes in the washer, did the dryer thing. But 10:30, I was like falling. We were watching Mayor of Easttown.
I didn't finish.
And is it Mayor of Easttown? Kingstown, Mayor of Kingstown.
Yeah.
And I was falling asleep towards the end, and I was trying to stay up to watch it, but I was so tired.
I couldn't.
I was even saying on the plane, when we boarded the plane, I was like, oh, when we get home, I'm going on a walk. I'm going to do 5 miles when I get home. Yeah, right.
That was at 10 a.m. when they came to get us. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, I'm just going to get a little sweat on and a sauna sesh, and I was wiped out because we had 10 more hours. We got home at almost 9 o'clock, and we ate a little something, and then Jordan's like, you want to watch a show? I was like, okay. And I was out halfway through.
You know what? When y'all are at the airport, do any of y'all ever, I do this every time, because right when we get home, the next question for my kids is, what are we eating for dinner? And I always, when we are in baggage claim, I order our food in baggage claim, and then it will be on our doorstep right when we get home. Why are you laughing?
No, that's great.
That's like my system. I do every time, like we're gone. Because then, like last night, because we were delayed, I ordered the food when we got in the car because we couldn't find our bags at one point in customs.
Yeah.
And the boys were tired and complaining, and I was like, this food needs to be on the front door. But it wasn't exactly, but I mean, it was there 10 minutes later after we got home. But it was perfect timing though. I got them baths, cleaned, washed their hair, and then I was like, dinner's downstairs. And it's so nice because then they can eat. And then I knew once they ate, they would get tired, and then they just relaxed. But that's like my system. But yes, I am that person with the suitcase. I have to unpack. I have to have everything put up, organized. If I have time, I'll repaint my nails. If it wasn't a long day, I would have done that. But yeah, I can't sit still. Like today, it bothered me when I woke up and I saw the suitcase still sitting there with my makeup and bag in there and all of that.
So were you just I wasn't here. I was at work. Were you secretly mad because my suitcase is wide
I
open?
did look
in
at
the
your
middle of the
suitcase.
bedroom?
I was like, maybe I should just unpack for you because I already put my suitcase where it belongs. It's back up in the
good for
spot.
you.
Yeah, I brought it down. And then I was looking at yours and I was just like, this is going to sit here for a week. I'm going to stare
I just
at
opened it and I just got my toothbrush.
I
out of
know.
there, and that's it. I was like, I'll do this tomorrow.
I didn't give you a hard time because I knew you were tired and I knew you had to work today. And I knew you didn't want to be at work today because you were tired. And so I didn't even bother you because I came downstairs to talk to him. And Jeff was watching Alone, the TV show. And he goes, yeah, I'm down here alone, watching Alone. I said, okay, I'll leave you alone. And I went back upstairs. So I knew you didn't want to be bothered.
Well, I just got home from work and I wanted to eat a little lunch and like chill for a
Decompress.
second. So I just watched a little bit of Alone. I'll finish it later. I love that show, by the way. But yeah, I gained 10 pounds and I'm not even joking. I was 183, which, you know, I lost a lot of weight over the year. I was 183 when we left, which is the lightest I've been maybe for a long,
It's like
like
Big Brother
20
days,
years. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I think it was like 180, maybe 175 on that show.
Really?
But I got up to 208. Yeah. This last year. And I just got on the scale this morning and I was 193. I gained 10 pounds in 5 days.
You'll lose it as soon as you get in that sauna.
Yeah, I'm
and
going
you
to go
start
work out
working
after
out.
this and sweat it out. But I mean, my mind is just foggy. I was talking on the show today and I was trying to just use big words to cover up how tired I was and I was using them wrong. I was like, oh my God.
They were probably like, Jeff, just stop.
Yeah, but I'm just so swollen, like just bloated. My face is bloated.
My face is, I got fat face and my belly is like extra bloated and kind of got the slushy poopies. Mexican.
Yeah, I can't trust a fart at this point. I'm serious. I can't. My body is just like, dude, what the fuck?
Yours is from alcohol. Mine
Yeah.
is from snack. I just kept snacking. I kept eating like chips and salsa, or I kept ordering nachos because I was like, that's safe. And tacos. That's like the only thing I ate.
yeah.
You got like octopus.
I got octopus tacos.
Yeah.
Well, that was
Fish
good.
tacos?
Yeah, I got fish tacos. So I ate, well, I shouldn't say I ate good because we started drinking at like 10:30 in the morning. Like, what are you going to do? You go on a pirate ship at 10 in the morning? It's open bar. You start drinking.
We didn't even talk about that.
Oh,
Pirate ship.
The pirate ship massacre?
Okay, yeah. 3 moms, me, Taylor, one of the other moms, and Lisa. We all went to Mexico for Lisa's husband, Justin. It was his 50th birthday. That's why
Nobody
we all
knows
went.
who you're talking about.
I
You can
know,
just
but
say
I'm
Me and 2
explaining.
other moms.
I'm explaining it. So Lisa was vomiting the entire time off the boat. Poor thing. I felt so bad.
I had a great time on that boat.
She didn't say anything. She was just sitting there the whole time, super quiet. Another mom is a physician's assistant, so she's getting bags of ice for me, Taylor, Lisa. I was sitting on the boat. I was fine at first, and then I was like, oh my God, like I'm getting sick. Like I'm not doing so hot.
And there's no turning around.
No,
this
there's
is a 3-hour
3-hour
charter.
pirate
yeah.
ship. Kids were having the best time.
So much fun.
I couldn't wait to get off. I was like, get me off this boat. This is horrible. I like wanted to jump off the boat and swim to shore. That's how bad I wanted to get off the boat. But we were all just like laying down or just like looking out towards the ocean. And then whenever you all went snorkeling, whenever they stopped the boat, you all went snorkeling, then I was like, I have to get in the water. I think that's the only way I'm going to feel better because it was so hot. It was so hot. I got in the water and I think that was the best thing. It like revived me just from jumping in
felt so
there.
good,
yeah, so good. And then do you want to talk about snorkeling? Were the kids freaking out? Because they were
Yeah.
throwing, I'll let you.
Yeah, so it's really cool. So you go out and you know, like I said, it's open bar, whatever you want. They make the drinks for the kids, you know, whatever fun little drinks. And then they feed you on there. You get like food burritos
I
or
couldn't even.
tacos.
They had these hot dogs and pasta salad, guac, pico de gallo, and something else you had with cheese.
Little burritos, like chicken.
I couldn't. I was like, this is disgusting. It was like
really
a buffet.
Good. I liked it. It was great. And then they do like trivia on the boat, while you're cruising around, and that makes it fun. They had a jump rope contest on there. And then at one point you get to jump in the water. Like, you're not close to shore, so you have to wear life vests and snorkel. And then they bait all the fish, like with bread or whatever. So the fish are like literally up on your like neck because they're trying to get the bread. So I jumped in with the boys, and it was a little rough. Not, it's not a pool, so it's definitely the ocean water going up and down. So they were freaking out, and then the guy threw like food like right on top of us, and all the fish came, and I had like a little snorkel, and I looked under, and there's just thousands of fish, right? But it's so deep you can't, 'cause it's kind of creepy because you can't see all the way down, and you're like, whoa, what's under there, And so Lawson kicked a bunch of fish because he was trying to swim, and he yelled out like this terrifying yell, like, oh, he thought it was a shark. I'm like, calm down. And then Layton floats away somewhere else, and then another mom we were with is like, where's Torrin? And then people we didn't even know was like, where's Torrin? People were screaming because I think it was a little shock for people just jumping in the ocean, but everyone calmed down. We had fun, and we got back on, and we got some good pictures.
Yeah, I was nervous in the water. I actually kept my feet up and would just floated with my life vest because all I kept thinking about was a shark. And from Instagram, I saw like if you kick your feet, you look like a fish, and they think you're a fish, so they'll come and bite you. So I didn't move my feet at all.
Yeah, well, I think you're fine. But me, were you there for this conversation, me and Justin, after we were like drunk at night? And I was telling that story. I'm like, oh, Lawson freaked out. And I was like, I was kicking fish like the whole time while I'm trying to swim away. And Justin's like, you can't kick a fish. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I go, I just did it. I go, well, I'm not just making it up. I go, Lawson freaked out. He goes, dude, I know you thought you saw it, but those are like 50 feet down. And I'm like, dude, I was just in there. I'm like, so were you? I'm like, I kicked like a bunch of fish. I kicked like 100 fish when we were out in the water. And he's like, no, that's not true. Because we're like drunk, like arguing and stuff. And then the next day, I forgot we were out on the water, and all like the fish were jumping on the water. And I'm like, hey, Justin, I'm like, are those fish jumping out of the water, or are they 100 feet down still? And he's like, fuck you. Because, you get those deep combos and you think you're making sense, but you're making no sense.
He probably was drunk.
Oh, listen, I'm not making fun of him.
You're
all
listen, drunk. Our friend is not human at all. He never gets tired. He can drink 1,000 beers.
He threw the kids like in the pool. Literally every kid, not even our kids, just
other people's
every
kids.
Kid for 2 hours straight, and not just like throwing them super high in the air. And I'm like, aren't you tired? And just slamming beers the whole time.
Yeah, he's not human.
No, he's not. He's not. And he's still there, by the way. While we're filming this, he's hammering beer somewhere.
Lisa text. Okay, so I was like, oh, you guys got to be beat because they planned the whole thing, like dinners, everything for us. They watched Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders all day.
Yeah, and he said he only had 2 beers. I was happy for him. I'm like, dude, you got to give it a break.
Jeff and I kept saying we were going to do the Dallas Cowboys cheerleader line dance out there, and then we just forgot.
Yeah, we did. All right, let's take one more quick break, and then we'll come back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Yeah, so that was our trip kind of in a nutshell. There was a lot of other things that went down, but I guess that happens in Cabo.
It was much needed. It was good to get out of Denver and do something different and to see how our boys would be. Now, I keep telling Jeff, I was like, we got to do Italy next, where his mom, I got to go and see the town your mom was born in. Yeah. But the boys love the movie Luca. So I feel like they'll be even more excited because that area, that area your mom grew up in is the Luca area.
It's supposed to be. Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Yeah. So they'll be really excited about that. And so I don't know. We got to think about that.
But it was a good first time out of the country for them. I know you were nervous about it. Like you were a little nervous about taking them out of the country. But
I was, because Layton just runs off, and I was worried, like, oh my gosh, what if I lose him? And I mean, everybody just was looking out for everyone's kids. And people were writing me too. Was it safe? Not one time did I feel uncomfortable. The people in Mexico are so nice.
Yeah.
And like the happiest people. I got shout out to Alejandro. I love that guy. He was the happiest person working all the time. He was so sweet.
And so the gates don't go up like electronically. There's actually a guy there that, checks you in and he pushes the gate down. And that was his job. And he was there all day, every day.
Yeah.
Just with the biggest smile on his face.
Yeah, I took a video of it because I loved
smile.
it. Yeah, Jeff's like, if you're ever having a bad day, think of Alejandro.
For real.
Yeah.
And just, I don't know.
Well, you go to Mexico and they have so little and they're the happiest people. They're always so happy and they work so hard and it's so hot out there. Like, love Mexico.
Yeah, so it was a good first trip out of the country. Eventually, I'd love to travel all over with the kids because, like I said in the past, I think it's the best way to learn different cultures and growing experiences in life. I think that's the best way to learn. School's great, but that's really life experience, appreciation of what you have, and depending on what part of the world you're going to, and you could learn a lot just by traveling. So hopefully, this was the first of many, and I really hope. I know the kids are 5 and 7, but that they remember this forever.
Oh, they totally are. Lawson's already asking when we're going back.
Yeah, they had such a good time. Lawson's not even feeling good right now. I just think he's super wore out just from playing all the last day. So Saturday was our last full day. We left Sunday. We left early, like 10 o'clock to go to the ocean. And he got in the ocean. They didn't get out all day. Then when we did try to get him something to eat, they jumped in our pool. Then we went back out to the ocean. We had to drag them out. They're sunburned. We just sprayed them every 10 minutes and they're still like fried. And then we got home and he was in the pool in our backyard till like 11 o'clock
at night and didn't want to get out. I was like, okay, now I'm stepping in. It's time. You have to get out now.
Yeah.
And, but switching gears, talking about back to school. So we start early.
I can't believe
Denver, I feel like starts back early because when I was in school, we didn't start till like after Labor Day. I feel like after Labor Day, or it was like the very end of August when I was in school. But I feel like we get out early in school, like in May. I feel like the kids are done with school early. Anyways, I went to Target today because I bought the boys new book bags. Leighton's book bag kind of looks, like younger, and Lawson was like, I want a new book bag. I was like, okay, you've had this a couple years. Leighton's had his a couple years. So I ordered them. They're already here. And then what's awesome is, I don't know if this is just our schools or if this is like all around everywhere. It could be, but I'm lazy, so I guess it makes sense. I hate doing the back to school where they just give you the list and you got to go to Target and pick every little thing out. And then you go to school and then you realize you missed something. They have this, it's called a school toolbox, and you just pick what grade, boy, girl, and they send it to you, everything you need for first grade, and it saves you money.
Yeah.
So I always do that. But my whole thing is our kids need water bottles, for school. Jeff hates tumblers, more water bottles, because they always get lost. They always get lost.
Water bottles in general. I can't stand, what do you call those things? Coors. What do you call those bottles everyone's obsessed with?
Stanleys?
Yeah, I can't stand Stanleys. I hate water bottles.
That's like the thing. Like young kids, I always do the pickups. If you pick up, you always see the kids walking out of school with their Stanleys.
Yeah.
It's like a thing now.
I hate when people come to visit and there's half drinking water bottles everywhere. It like
Leighton today asked, he goes, Mom, can I get a Stanley? And I was like, your dad?
We have 32 of them. What do you mean, can I get one?
No, mine are like big Stanleys. They're not for kids.
Okay, that's enough. We're at our Stanley max.
Well, so I go to Target today and I was like, boys, I got them some water bottles, but the kind that are insulated, like they keep their drink cool. It's not a Stanley, but
just use a cup and put ice in it,
Stanley.
like a normal person. When you're done, put it in the sink.
No, but it's like a Stanley. So I got that, and then I can hook it on I got them hooks for their book bag, so they can hook it if falls out of their pocket. So I
Do you
got
want our
those.
kids to get beat up in school?
No, this is a thing. Like all the kids have them now. Like I said, I don't know if it's a Denver thing, but wherever they go to school, it's a thing.
I remember like even way back when, but you go and you pick out your folders and you get new pencils and your new bag and you get your trapper keeper, remember?
Oh, yeah.
And like you get your new shoes for the year. I used to like look forward to that, going back to school.
I remember my mom hated every minute of it because there were 3 of us, and she would it would just be stressful for her. So my mom would have liked the school toolbox. I like that I don't have to go to Target and get all of it. I like that it's there, and I get to take the box with me to open house, and then I help Lawson and Leighton's going to start kindergarten. I get to help them put all their stuff in their desk, and you get to sort it out, and the teacher gets involved. So I like doing that. I like having it, and then I get to help when I get in the classroom. Put it away.
Where do you put your giant Stanley cup?
So I didn't let the boys get a huge, it's not a Stanley, so don't get mad. I let the boys get one that's insulated. You know how much those things are?
Yeah. Do you know how long I bet you it costs way more than days we're going to have it.
I bought backup. So I got
Great.
I got plastic backup ones that were on sale.
Oh, good.
That we've had before because Lawson plays sports and he likes those big ones. So I said, yes, you can have that. So it was like over $100.
Yeah. And
For 4.
And we won't have it for 4 months. They'll all be gone.
Yeah, but I got a bundle deal that was on sale, and they were plastic. And then those insulated drinks that were like kid size were $30 a piece, which is crazy.
Like I said, get a cup and get yourself some water.
Well, they
Things are
have
getting
that.
out of control.
Yeah, and we'll have their names. It's cheaper because Pottery Barn had some, and they could have their name printed on it. And I looked at that, but it was $50 for the Stanley, and then if you monogram the name, it's an extra $15. And I was like, no, we're not doing that.
I like that people are so earth conscious and like save the planet, but then you just waste 100 water bottles all over your house, contradicting yourself. I'm so mad at cups or bottles, I should say.
Are you done?
I know. I'm just.
Do you have
crabby.
anything else you want to say?
Crabby.
Well, I told the boys, I said, I did the book bag, the tools, all that. And I go, now your dad's going to take you back to school shopping. Cause I know you enjoy that.
I do. Like getting them new clothes.
Yeah. So
shirts.
I told them that so I go, we're doing this with me today. And then I'll help you with your school toolbox. Cause you don't like open house. You don't like talking to people, and you don't like meeting anybody.
Yes, I do.
You didn't even go to open house with me last year.
I have work. What do you mean go to open house?
You can go to open house after work. I don't even bother you with it.
You're right. I kind of don't like talking.
You don't like talking to people. You don't like talking to parents. You're just like, don't talk to me. So I do all the things you don't want to do, and I don't want to take them shopping. So you get to do it, but you enjoy it. So it's a win on both sides.
There we go.
Yeah. All right. Going to end on that note. Also, too, a lot of you, if you do follow me on Instagram, a lot of you had wrote about sharing your teacher's wish list, your Amazon teacher's wish list.
Oh, here we go.
And I said I would do that. No, I did it last year, and it's to help all the teachers. I always buy our kids' teacher stuff. I will share that on my Instagram. I said I would do that towards the end of July because I was getting so many DMs that it's too hard. I want to be fair and just post everybody at one time instead of just posting one person and then the next week post another person. So I will definitely, if you send me your Amazon wish list, I will send those out. Last year, I think I did like 50.
What?
Like you post, no, listen, if I could, I would clear every teacher's wish list.
Yeah,
I know, but no, I can't. Jeff is not going to have a job at the end of
Yeah, it's time to button it up. It's time to use a cup and no more gift cards until the end of the year.
No more birthday gift cards?
And Merry Christmas, Miss Johnson. No, Miss Johnson.
No, teachers deserve it.
Yeah, I know. I'm being.
They put up with a lot. So I will post those. And again, thank you for liking, downloading, subscribing, tagging a friend. Thank you for continuing to listen. And I hope y'all love that we're doing 2-day. We're making time.
Twice a week.
Yep. We're going to do 2 days. That was what the number one requested thing was. We will have more time because the boys will be in school. So have a wonderful week and thank you for listening. Bye.
Bye.